Hello everyone and welcome back again. Today we have an interesting question on logarithms, and the question reads, if log x plus log y equals 2, find xy. Hence solve the simultaneous equations, and the equations are log x plus log y equals 2, that's our equation 1, and secondly log x plus y equals 25. How do we solve this very problem? It looks very intimidating, but I'm going to make it very easy for you to understand. Now, let's solve the questions together. Here we have solution. For the first part, which we are going to call our part A, it says that log x plus log y equals 2. And we are asked to find xy. Okay, now, first thing you have to do right here is to notice that the logarithms are adding, and luckily they share the same base. So we are not going to apply change of base formula here. So what we do is we use the laws of logarithm that says if two logarithms are adding, you can multiply them. So we say the law here is, let's say you have log m plus log n, as long as the bases are the same, whether a base appears here or not, or we can just say if we have base b and then base b. This can be written as log m times n to the base b. Okay, so this only applies when their bases are the same. So we also do the same to this one here, and then we have log, since they're adding and their bases are the same, this is actually a base 10. It is not visible. This is also a base 10. So as long as the bases are the same, you can apply the laws of logarithm. If they are not, then you have to apply change of base formula. And if no base appears, then it is simply a base 10. So we say log x y base 10, and this is equal to 2. Applying another law of logarithm that says if you have, for example, log a base b equals c, what do you do in this case? Simply drop your a. This becomes a equals, the b goes to the other side, that is the base goes to the other side, it now becomes b, and then the initial right hand side now becomes the exponent. Okay, good. So that becomes the exponent. Now we also apply the same thing here. We drop the xy, so xy equals, the base goes to the other side, so we now have 10 raised to the power of 2. So we say xy equals 10 to the power of 2 is 100. So this is the first part of our solution. Now, having found the first part, the next thing that we have to do is to go to the part B and solve the simultaneous equations. So for the part B, we have the first equation to be log x plus log y equals 2, I guess. Let me check that to be correct. Okay, correct. And then the next one, x plus y equals 25. X plus y, this equals 25. So what we're going to do right here is to convert this logarithm, which is our equation 1, into a linear equation. Remember, we're solving them simultaneously, and we cannot just solve them like this. They must be converted. So we convert log x plus log y to 2. We actually convert that not to 2, but to a simultaneous equation or to a linear equation. Okay, sorry for that mistake. Now we do this, we just say log, we apply the laws of logarithm again, and then we have log x, okay, y. Remember that they're adding and they share the same base, so we just say log xy, this is equal to 2. Remember that this is a base 10, it is not visible, And when we drop the xy, just like the way we did it the last time, you drop the xy, and then this is equal to this 10 goes to the other side. Then we have 10 to the power of 2, and then this is equal to 100. So we've converted our equation 1. Our equation 1 is now xy equals 100, and then our equation 2 remains x plus y. This is equal to 25. Okay, so how do we find the values of x and y in this case? So we can simply make x the subject in equation 2, and then we substitute. So I'm going to make x the subject, so I will say making x the subject in equation 2. And then I'm going to use the substitution method to solve these equations. So we have that x plus y equals 25. Then when I move the y to the other side, we have that x is equal to 25 minus y. So I'm going to substitute this value into our equation 1. Remember that we had in equation 1, xy equals 100. So wherever I see x right now, I'm going to replace it with 25 minus y. And that will help us find the value of y. So we say here, I'm going to replace this x with its value. So we now have 25 minus y. Then this is multiplied by y. And this is equal to 100. Then we distribute 25 times y is 25y, and then negative y times y is negative y squared, and this is equal to 100. Then rearranging, I'm going to have negative y squared plus 25y equals 100. Then moving the 100 to the other side, we're going to have negative y squared plus 25y minus 100 equals 0. This is now a quadratic equation. And in order to make it appear nicely, I will have to multiply both sides by -1, so that I will remove this negative here, but the negative will also be distributed across every other thing inside the bracket. The equation remains the same. I didn't change anything. I only rearranged by multiplying by -1. So -1 times negative y squared gives us y squared. It becomes a positive y. Now -1 times 25 gives us minus 25y. And the negative times the negative gives us plus 100. And this is equal to 0. So we have a quadratic. And that simply means that we're definitely going to have two values of y. So what do we do right now? So we say our a equals the coefficient of y squared, and it's equal to 1. We cannot say 1y squared, just say y squared. That means that the number there is a 1. And then our b equals -25, and that is the coefficient of y. And then our c equals 100. So we solve, and let's see what we're going to get. Here we have y equals -b. We're going to use the quadratic formula. Then we say plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Next, we substitute. Here we have that y equals, again we have our b is -25, so this becomes -25, then multiplied by, okay, we have plus or minus, then multiplied by our b squared, so we have our b to be -25, so this becomes all squared, again minus 4 our A is 1, our C is 100. And this is all over 2A. So our A is 1. So this now becomes 2 times 1. So we simplify on the other side. Here we have that y is equal to, so we initially had a negative 25, and that gives us a positive 25. Then plus or minus, inside the square root, we have 25 squared. 25 squared is 625, so we have 625. Then we have minus, because on the previous page we have negative 4 times 100, and that's 400. Okay, so we have 400 here over 2, because 2 times 1 is a 2. And next we have y equals 25 plus or minus, so 625 minus 400. That gives us a 225. So we have 225 over 2. And then the square root of 225 is 15. So we have y equals 25 plus or minus 15 over 2. Then the plus and minus indicates that there are two values of y. So we say that y is equal to, we separate them, 25 plus 5 or plus 15 over 2, or y equals 25 minus 15 over 2. Okay, so 25 plus 15 is a 40. Right here we have that y is equal to 40 over 2, or y equals 25 minus 15 is a 10. So we have 10 over 2. Okay, y equals 40 divided by 2 is a 20, comma, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the two values of y are 20 and 5. So I'm going to put that nicely and say that y equals 20, comma, 5. Okay, so these are the values of y. Now, how do we find the values of x? You can use any of the equations to find the values of x. So I'm going to say finding x using equation 1. Now, we say xy is equal to 100. Remember that there are two values of y in this case, okay? So since there are two values of y, there will also be two values of x. So I'm going to say when y equals 20, when y equals 20, remember that y has two values, 20 and 5. So we find the value of x when y is 20. So when y is 20, we have x multiplied by 20. This is equal to 100. So to find the value of x, we simply divide both sides by 20. By 20, we divide by 20. And then we have that x equals 100 divided by 20. So let's see. 100 divided by 20 should give us a 5. Correct. So 100 divided by 20 is a 5. So we say that x equals 5 when y equals 20. Okay? X equals 5 when y equals 20. And then we check for the next one. So we say when y equals 5. So we also use the same equation 1. We have x multiplied by 5. This is equal to 100. So we divide both sides by 5. By 5. So we now have that x equals, we cancel these ones out, 100 divided by 5 is 20. So the values of x right now x equals 20 comma 5. Okay, or x equals 5 comma 20 rather. 5 comma 20. All right, while y equals 20 comma 5. Okay, so these are the solutions and these are the values of x and y, having solved them simultaneously. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.